Hi, I'm Nicole Fish, and this is my Stackathon project. So I built out a site, I called it Fund Freedom. Basically, we have a big problem in this country with criminal justice. We need criminal justice reform very, very seriously, but one of the easiest things to tackle right now is bail reform. So the concept of bail itself has created a system of wealth-based jailing. And in this country, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. However, if you cannot post bail, you are detained anyway. And there have been studies that have shown that if you detain defendants before their trial, it increases, even holding for other variables, it increases the likelihood of a guilty conviction from about 50% to 92%. And there have been a number of high-profile cases, such as that of Sandra Bland, who couldn't pay $500 bail and died in jail, and Khalif Browder, who committed suicide after being held in Rikers for 3 years on suspicion of stealing a backpack. So clearly, this is something that can be tackled, and we can help. In New York City alone in 2013, about 16,000 people couldn't make their bail that was set at $2,000 or less for nonviolent crimes. Of those, 6,000 of them couldn't make bail posted set between $20 and $500. And there's really no recourse for these people, as bondsmen can't make enough money from bail amounts that are this low. They often don't help. So it's up to that defendant or their families, and there's a Byzantine system where you cannot pay for bail online. You have to go within certain times. You have to have exact change. It's all very ridiculous. So instead, I have built this app, and this in particular pulls from the Connecticut Open Data API, which we can see here. So it's an API that shows, it's updated nightly, and it shows all inmates being held in jails in the state of Connecticut and their bail amounts. So if we look here, if we click on my real-time data set, it pulls from this database. Here, I'm demonstrating a bug. Let me go back to what I was doing before. So you can see my code here. This is a data layout container. And in that, I do this query here. I'm going to order this by download date, just to get the most recent results. So this should be for May 1st. And so then we can filter this if you'd like. So if you want to see just women in jail, let's look at black women. It filters the data set down. And I personally can't afford $1 million bail for someone, although I might like to. So we can filter down this way too. So yeah, this is a little bit more reasonable. It's $1,500 or less. And then there's also a donate page. I've disabled the donate button, but it does work. It goes to PayPal, but currently it's tied into my personal account. So we don't actually want to donate to me. I got the idea for this site from Connecticut Bail Fund. They are a community fund that raises money to bail people out of jail like this. So I would love to accept donations on their behalf. So if I get this site up and running, I might contact them and make that actually work. But some other things I'd like to do, I'd like to definitely get visualizations working. So hopefully with these same filters, you can filter down the data and have this visualization run. I'd like to run some analyses on the data and highlight some trends. Just like I'm trying to think of as many ways as possible to hook people in and make them feel invested and make them feel like they can help or they need to help. And then also I'd love to put donate buttons on the side of each row. In the case that somebody wants to earmark money for a certain prisoner, of course that wouldn't be able to be guaranteed because this bail fund is a nonprofit. They don't have that much staff. They can only do what they can for the day. But yeah, so those are some features. Some stuff that I'm still working on. I would, of course, love to do the visualizations. Right now, my data table returns duplicate entries. So again, if we go back to that example that I did, where I set this on identifier, so this will return data for like one inmate and then the next inmate. So you can see that my first, I think this is 18 that I'm listing right now, my first 18 results are all for the same person, because this data, again, is updated nightly. So we have a result for the 22nd, the 21st, et cetera, back to whenever he was admitted, detained, rather. So I would like to filter that out. I would also love to parse out the felony code. So here at the end, you can see, hold on, let me redo this one more time. So you can see here, like DF is a Class D felony, AF Class A felony, AM is a Class A misdemeanor. So for people who are more interested in helping those who have done nonviolent crimes, they would be able to then go over here in the sidebar and filter by nonviolent crimes as well. Yeah, and then build out the trends and things. So that's pretty much my app for now. That's where I'd like to go. Here's some of the things that I used. Again, the Socrata Open Data API was the way I pulled in all of the data. I also downloaded a few NPM packages, namely one to get this beautiful nav bar that took me about 5 hours to fix, because in pulling down this package, it required dependencies that had me upgrade React Router to version 4, and which like threw off my entire site. So honestly, that was about the biggest bug that I ran into. It was based on dependencies. It did take me a while to get the filters working with the state properly, but I'm proud of it now. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you very much. That's my project.